Can you hear it? It's the heartbeat of the world, and it demands all of our blood, so that only one heartbeat in this world may exist. Join us in becoming one. Surrender all of your blood, and dance with us in the echoes of eternal warfare. Welcome everyone to a finished game of Conquest of Elysium 4. Today we'll be playing on a medium-sized map as the Priest King versus 3 other opponents at night difficulty. That gives them a 50% increase in gold, iron, and special resources for the class that they are. As usual, I am your Warlord Mal. I begin our strategy by gathering slaves. With our Priest King and his Tribal King, we can gather them quite quickly. I will do this throughout the game to gather many slave armies. Slave armies are great in the beginning for soaking up just pure damage coming at your casters and more valuable units. Later on, as we gather our Bless, they will actually turn into decent machines of war. I have some good luck early on. We run into 2 hyena tribe villages that provide gold and sacrifices for our otherworldly summons. And it seems the druid had to leave the party early. I don't know what happened, but they probably ran their commander right into some independence. Well, this is pretty damn good. Market villages that are undefended. Let's see what the god of sun and warfare has in mind for us when we sacrifice to him. Oh, a couple jaguars. Not bad frontline troops. And what is going on in this game? The Troll King left the party as well. Now there's just no excuse for that. The Troll King is a pretty hardy early game commander. Wonder what happened. Well, regardless, we get 2 of our own. We're going to start building up slave armies for them to go out and raid. So we do some more summoning and we get Beast Bats, an excellent frontline unit. Fast, but a little weaker. Alright, we get a Death Temple Attendant. He is excellent. So as soon as we get 125 sacrifices, we can upgrade him to an even better Attendant. In the meantime, he'll serve his duties on the front line like everyone else. Death Temple Attendant gives us access to Undead and Civitateos, which cast spells from long range. Very good support unit. Alright, we're finally getting in a little early exploration, and we have our second slave army out. We'll use that to take care of the market villages, and in the meantime, expand further to the south. Hopefully we can find a port city. There's been a trio of knights wandering around taking my villages. I think my army is big enough to take them, but they have armor 3. 3 attacks, and that lance charge is just going to obliterate 3 slaves right off the bat. Let's see how we do. Okay, so they're going to run right up to us. I know I'm going to lose 3 slaves, but even if we don't win this, they'll be diseased by our Death Temple Attendant. That's actually pretty nice. Eventually they'll just get sick and die. Yeah, I don't have too much faith in this battle going well. They're just too strong. Too much armor. And that's okay. We get a secondary tribal king to run out and continue the northern raiding, expanding our territory. In the meantime, we find a couple of desert palaces to the south. That'll enable us to recruit even more warriors in the future. Excellent. Well, this is going even better than imagined. Another tribal king and a sun temple attendant. Let the good times roll. Okay, let's try to take this desert palace here. And that allows us to get all of our recruitments over in this direction so we don't have to walk as far. They have a good amount of range on the walls, but we have a good amount of slaves. That wall goes down easy enough. I think we got this. Yeah. Excellent. Still doing a little bit of pushing on their own, but I think we got this. Come on, Jaguar, get him! Yeah! Jaguar! Yep, the battle is ours. Excellent. So finally, we have enough sacrifices to get our first level 2 caster. And it's a pretty important one. The Sky Priest has some excellent, excellent summons. Yeah, the spell choices here are kind of bad. Only Word of Power, no really big AoE, damage spell. That's what I was kind of hoping for. Oh well. This is exactly where I want to be. We have 3 commanders pushing our border out, and we have 1 other commander getting a slave army at our capital that'll hold our market villages, as you can see. It's pretty efficient. Here's an interesting unit I summoned, the Turkey Spirit Double. It mesmerizes units that it hits with its ranged attack. It's kind of funny, all it does is it just confuses them, makes them attack their allies. Still pretty useful though. Okay, we finally hit a coast. The western coast has 3 little villages on it. Very nice. I'm glad to take those. More sacrifices. And we really haven't encountered a tough battle yet. So I am going to use all of our trade admin to start buying sacrifices, and so we can start aiming for the big guns. Alright, another level 2 Priest King. This is excellent. They have some really good spells and really good summons. I'm excited. And I really think I'm going to lose my Priest King here. The second one I made. These are some tough-ass trolls with some regeneration, and all I have is slaves and level 2 spells. But it seems he carries the day. Awesome. Oh, and here we are. We're seeing yellow for the first time. Bakemonos. Well, they'll bring a lot of demon summons, and, they're kind of anti-Priest King in a way. So it'll be interesting to try to counter what they have. Oh, and here is an even closer yellow army, holed up next to ours. Alright, well, I'm going to try to get behind their front lines and do some raiding. And just kind of dodge around. I don't want to be too aggressive just yet. We aren't fully powered up. Alright, so during my backline raiding here, I noticed their main army in this section is stronger, so I group up my raiding commanders, try to stop any ambushes and, picking me off. Okay, we hit the mother lode. Look at all of Yellow's villages right there in the center. I want those market villages. Those, I'm stealing those. Hopefully they don't have any crazy army that's going to come kill me, though, after I take all this. After getting some beast bats, we swing in, and guess what's behind her? The main army. Yep. Oh, damn it. Well, that kills off that advance unit. Let's try to avoid these guys in the back line here. Okay, so as planned, I think we're just going to cream this army. But the losses, I mean, they're going to put us so far in the hole. Whereas we didn't stand a chance before against that main army, now we're just feeding a wood chipper. I guess on the positive side, we're gonna get to see what their army composition is and what it can do. Okay, this is super anti-Priest King. Look at those area effect wind spells, and he has a good amount of them. Oh yeah, we're screwed. We're so dead here. We need to come back with a massive plan to face this down. So while I'm gathering enough sacrifices to make a decent army, I'm going to use 2 different raiders to try to just harass this village, take it from different directions. He can only be in one spot at a time. And in the meantime, our 2 little other raider commanders will take everything to the north that we can. And I get just a little too greedy, and he is able to death ball me. Damn it. And take back the village. He had another army there. But that's okay, we still have plenty of commanders and resources to deal with this. I get another level 2 caster, and we're going to keep building our slave armies. I feel like I can take a lot more territory than he can. Hey, and he actually got Rising Tide, a good spell. Oh yeah, getting super risky, raiding everything again. I don't think he's here anymore, he has to be diverting his forces elsewhere. I've reached the top of the map and got another market village, and so I'm just going to continue to spiral over here and take everything from him as he wanders away to try to take back the market villages. I think I can perfectly ping-pong him from this position. Oh man, we were barely out of range of him last turn. That was so risky. Thank goodness it's winter or else he'd be able to chase us down. So I finally have enough sacrifices to do a greater sacrifice, and it just makes our blesses give us more hit points. You can imagine my disappointment. I really needed a hard-hitting unit from this, and I just didn't get it. So after he shows up, of course, I let him retake all the market villages, do his thing, and I just kind of retreat off and retake some things that I lost to independence. I'm patient, rebuilding my army, getting more blood attendants, more warriors. I raid him to the north, taking back what he has, trying to distract him. Alright, let's try for that ceremony. Again, I get screwed with more hit points to blessed units. Yay, all of our blessed units get +3 hit points. I mean, that does affect all of our casters, which is good, and all of our slaves, which makes them better at taking damage, but come on, man, I need a good unit. And in the meantime, the bastard, he just gets into good position here and takes out another one of my raiders. Damn it. Oh well, not a ton invested in him, just some time. Oh, poor guys. Never stood a chance. So now I have a decently sized army built up, going towards him, and he actually doesn't directly attack them, so I think he's kind of scared of the composition. I have some decent casters, a good amount of slaves. I'm thinking about taking him on after just summoning a little bit more, just to beef up our army. But the results? Oh, the results. Look at those huge gaping holes in my army. Yeah, those Tengu, with their big AoEs, just wipe out the slaves in droves, so they lose all their ability to take any form of charge. Meanwhile, my mid-range warriors just get stunned by the same kind of attacks. The only one that actually does anything is our casters, and now they're stunned as well. Well, I tried. I need to come with bigger guns to this battle. It's time for the huge summons. But not before they take out another one of my raiding parties. I didn't know they were behind that fog of war. Oh well. Again, these are cheap raiding parties. Come on, give me something good. More hit points. Fucking again. I've spent 375 sacrifices for 4 hit points. Spend more time raiding, more time evading, and yes, it pays off. We get some decent units. These are a fantastic counter to those Tengu. 1 to 8 magic damage at the range of 12, and they paralyze. This is the start of a very good thing. And it can't come too soon. Those bastards are just picking off my raiding parties here. I'm going to lose the one advantage I have, which is my presence on the field. Please, no more hit points. Please, no more hit points. Yes! Yes! A dual spellcaster badass. And he benefits from an increased buff. It gives him like 8 more hit points? That's interesting how higher tier units have like a better bless, I guess? Cool. Well, this guy is going to turn things around. Yeah, 1,000, up to 1,000 damage smite, big AoEs. Of course that Gale has to go. Yeah, we can't be killing our entire slave army. This is awesome. Alright, Bakemono, say goodbye to your anti-raiding party. I'm gonna raid as much as I want now. Oh man, that was awesome. That huge explosion. And time to crush the other anti-raiding party. Meanwhile, to the south, we take the entire coast to ourselves, and we're preparing to raid the center market villages again for all their goodies. And I have another party out to the east, taking everything out there. Oh, this is beautiful. They just have nothing to deal with this sort of offensive power. Yeah, this is just pure cheap ranged and melee power, and I have massive AoEs, which just stomp them into the ground. And I have just enough chaff to where my casters won't suffer any ill effects. This is exactly what the Priest King army is great at. Oh, is it that time already? Time for a Hades statue to be constructed and for all the undead to start flooding our world. Well, we gotta find that while we're fighting yellow. At least we have some good troops to do that with. Well, I guess I used up all my bad luck, because we get an awesome demon bird. This thing has siege capabilities, which we ordinarily would not have as a faction. And we also get to have some powerful melee and some magic spells. Damn. Time to die, little buddies. So now I finally start pushing into the north and get myself another level 2 Priest King. I also discover the home of the Bakemono. Look at this, they don't really have any casters here, just a bunch of cheap melee troops. If we bring our main stack over here, I think they're done for. We just gotta worry about their death ball that's down to the south somewhere. And speaking of their death ball, yep, he surprises us as we're getting a little too greedy hoarding those market villages. Damn it, I'm gonna lose a Priest King here, my level 2 guy. I just got him. So, I get pretty lucky. Here is the unfinished monument to Hades. I've never found this thing before it was finished. It's always like way too late. If it does get finished, it's gonna flood our world with a ton of dispossessed and undead. So I throw a decent-sized slave army at it, thinking this will be good enough. Unfortunately, the statue is just too damn tough. We can't penetrate it. Alright, we get more of my favorites. Zitzimitl. Alright, time for summoning more badasses. Oh, and a badass we get. A Tlaloc of the South. These things are dual spellcasters, and they bring the pain. He's going to be an excellent addition to our army. Look at all these great fire spells, and then a bunch of great water spells. Oh, yes. So I'm waiting to bring my Sky Priest and all his good stuff down here, and I encounter a little raiding party from Yellow. I think I can take them with Mal and the badass that he summoned. Let's try it out. Alright, so he still has a decent amount of firepower with his sorcerer and archers. But, yeah, our AoE I think is going to carry us through. Yeah, that rising tide. Yep, it's over. Alright, time to summon more badass. So, more hit points. Well, at this point we've discovered most of the known world. And we control most of it too. Look at all that red all over the map. We just gotta head up to the north and take out Hades' statue, and then raid their last spot and kill that death ball. I think that's it. Please, no more hit points, please. Yes. Not bad. Giant beef stick with 2 very powerful melee attacks. I'll take it. Alright, I drag my army up to the monument to Hades, and there's no guards left from my slaves. And I think we're just gonna pretty much evocation spell it to death. I can't do shit. Alright, heading to the north. Pretty strong concentration of Bakemono, but we're just gonna blitz right through them with our spellcasters and elite units. And we're just bringing more gods into this fight. This guy is crazy good. Yes! Yeah, he has 2 battlefield wipe spells. He would just be amazing if we were facing like a huge army of the undead, or maybe even another Priest King opponent. But we'll have to take those off and give him some of the other bigger AoE spells he still has. I think he'll do really well with us. Well, it's time to take on the Bakemono in their home. Still haven't found their death ball, but this will take away their capital. And still, no more Bakemono sorcerers that are like really strong or summoned units here at their home. It's pretty much just another mop-up job. Hey, we summon up a badass Kuano. Oh man, another dual spellcaster with a great attack? I'll take it. So I finally get sight of his death ball to the south, and as we're rolling towards him, we just summon up more badasses for this fight. Well, revenge has been a long time coming, but here we are. One giant doom stack against another. And I think the odds are in our favor, but it might come close. He has a lot of Tengu. Let's see. Ooh. You know, I mean, we've thrown a lot of evocation to them at this point, and they just killed our demon bird. They're creeping up on our long-range artillery, and they're stunning our support ranks. This is getting a lot closer than I'm comfortable with. Oh man, just keep doing what you're doing. So thankful I brought like that extra caster in here. I probably wouldn't have survived without him. Oh man. Yeah, it's about this point that I was like, you know what? My collateral's about to die. One of my other casters, my main casters, is like looking bad. Then he regenerates himself. But Yeah, I think they just needed to summon a bit more, and then their summons to kind of get in the front line. But they pull out. I was like, this was super close. Damn. What a good fight. And that, my friends, is victory. Wow. We were kind of close in score, so I was doing as well as, Knight, and then definitely better towards the end, even though he didn't really own that much. That's the crazy part, is that his economy should have just been destroyed. So he definitely was hurting, for the special resources, since I had stolen most of the villages from him. I don't know why there's a little island in the upper right-hand corner. That's weird. Very interesting game, though. I liked it a lot. Well, everyone, I hope you've enjoyed this game. I certainly did. It was a fun romp through Conquest of Elysium 4. This time through, I think I definitely learned how to play a lot better. The game's about taking more territory than your opponent can take, and then using your intelligence of what you found out in the map to not have your raiding commanders die, and then be patient. Summon up some badasses, make some decent armies, and then go and destroy them. Oh, and if you liked this format, one video for one finished game, leave me a comment or throw your Warlord a few bones on Patreon or PayPal. I deeply appreciate it. Thank you guys. See you then. Las piedras ardientes que nos purifican y calman nuestras mentes.